Hey guys, it's Alyssa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I was playing 2 Point Hospital and I was browsing around my map and realized that a long time ago I abandoned this hospital smugly with only 2 stars. And taking a look, I've learned a lot since I first started playing this game that I think I can apply to improve the running of this hospital so much. So I thought I'd give you a run through of what I would do to upgrade this hospital to make it move much more efficiently. And as you can see, the lines in this hospital are getting kind of insane, and that's not good. So let's see what lessons we can apply. Now, as you can see, the cure rate isn't very good. And if I go to the patient list, there's 162 patients in the hospital. There's lots of really angry patients. There's lots of really unhealthy, almost gonna die patients. So this is really not good. So let's see what we can do to improve it. Now, I already see that I have a lot of really great GPs. That's a great place to start, actually. So if I see my staff look like they're all assigned well. So we have how many GPs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, 15 GPs. How many GPs officers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's actually a really good ratio, but I still think that that's kind of unsustainable. So let's see what we can do. The other thing that I immediately noticed is that we have all these people, like these mega scanners. I don't do that anymore. I'm just gonna go ahead and sell all these rooms. The only places that people are allowed to be diagnosed will be the ward. I find that's the most efficient because the ward is a really compact space, so people don't have to walk too far. It's a tiny little room and it can serve 6 people. And it doesn't have the best diagnosis, but I think it's pretty good. And looks like our ward is actually pretty empty. Let's take a look at our nurses. Looks like we have a ton of ward nurses. Now, it has been a while since I played the game, so there's a lot of extra rooms. Let's just clean this up. Alright, so I've cleaned it up a little bit. Looks like some people could use some training. It doesn't look like I've kept up on my training. I sure hope that these ones are for treatment only. Yes, they are. I don't even see a training room. Oh, okay, there we go. So it looks like people are being trained. But okay, one thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna clear out all these patients because we actually have way too many. So I'm gonna send all these guys home. By the way, all these guys were gonna die anyway, so like, it's fine. Let's just start fresh with people who aren't gonna immediately die. And by getting them through the healthcare system faster, it's actually going to improve our... Okay, so a bunch of people, as you can see, are going to leave the hospital. I couldn't get everyone because if they're in the middle of something, I can't get rid of them. But that's going to help a lot. One thing I'm going to quickly do is see how my prices are set. Now you see that my diagnosis is actually set at plus 50%. I don't do that anymore because you don't really get that much money from the diagnosis rooms. So I'd rather keep my patients happy and moving through the system until I finally charge them way too much for their treatment. And you see that I kind of went halfway with the 50%. So I don't do that anymore. I'm gonna reset everything to 0. Everything will be normal, except for treatment, and that one we are actually going to double the price. And most of them will pay if they get through the hospital system quickly and they are happy. They don't necessarily have to get out even alive or be treated, but they will pay if they're happy. So that's one thing. So we got rid of all our problem patients, we got rid of all the extra diagnosis rooms, we made sure all our staff are assigned, and we corrected our pricing. Now let's get all these guys out of here. And you know what? I'm going to... They actually have a lot of customer service people here. We may need to hire a couple of more. I want to make sure that these guys are getting their breaks. Definitely. So I see right away that we need to set some of our policies then. So let's take a look at our policies. Wow, diagnosis threshold for treatment 98%. That is not the way to win a level. Set it all the way down to 50. That's going to get people through the system a little faster. I'd like to set my queue warning length to 3. Fast track, absolutely. Yes, you can leave. No, I do not want training messages. Yeah, go ahead and promote people automatically. So this is gonna get people out faster. Now, my other question is, do we really need this many surgeries? That seems like a lot. Let's close a few.
Starts to spread through 2 Point County. Symptoms include death, rising from the grave, and an insatiable hunger for human flesh.
Ew.
No. Wait, I'm being told that was just the film I fell asleep to last night. Well, isn't that a relief?
Okay. So I don't love this hospital layout, but we'll keep it for now. Okay, so we have these guys. You know what? We can actually fire a few of the staff because I don't need these guys. Nope. You seriously only have 3 treatment doctors? Is that enough? Wow, what's the treatment nurses? Okay, let's make sure that we're paying them all fairly. Wow, we are like not paying them enough. So let's make them all happy. That's actually gonna make them more effective as well, and they're gonna walk around faster. So we definitely want them to be happy. I'm also going to get a couple of the more unhappy ones to take a break because I want my staff to be happy. So the ones that are like really bad are just gonna take a break. Oh, that's just nurses. Oh gosh, okay. Yes, we satisfy pay requests for everybody. And then let's get a couple people to take a break. I can't let everybody take a break right now, but I can let a couple, like the worst ones. Because that should really never be the case. They're so unhappy. And unfortunately, I don't think I can give them a bonus. I know that used to be a big thing in Beam Hospital. Okay, great. I'm also gonna guess that we need a couple of more doctors and stuff.
And now, how about some classical music? No? Alrighty then.
Alright. I went ahead and hired... I went on a little hiring spree. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll get 3 surgeries. I'm guessing that, I guess this is a surgery heavy level? I guess. Okay, looks like the ward is gonna get pretty full. Let's make sure, yes, we do have 2 staff. I don't think we need both of these, so I'm just gonna close one.
Assistant to marketing.
And I actually don't love this layout. And I really need to train some of the customer service staff. Oh! Well, that was fast. So we got a 3-star rating, but I still think that we can improve this map. So let's go back at it. So the first thing I see is that the kill rate is not very good. We also have... like, we're really behind on training. So let's go crazy. Oh, wow. And we can only train 2 people at once? That's really not very efficient. Usually I do 3 at least. And with this level, I'm gonna go ahead and put in 4. Okay. And you, my dear, do not need to teach diagnostics anymore. We have no use for that kind of skill. Now, actually one thing I really want to do is train some of my assistants because they don't look like they're very efficient. So I think improving their customer service skill will help a lot. I think that we could also use some training in our ward nurses. So these guys are going to be doing a lot of diagnosing. And diagnosing means that they don't need to go back to the GPs if they're really good at diagnosing. So let's improve that. And the last thing that I love to increase, of course, is my GPs. Doesn't actually look like my GPs need too much. So let's instead... okay, we have a couple of new guys. I'll just go ahead and work on treatment. Why not?
Hungry. Anxious. Lonely. Eat some cheesy gubbins. Cheesy gubbins, the snack for people with nothing to lose. This is 2 Point Radio.
So what's interesting is that we have 2 psychiatry officers, but we only have like 2 psychiatrists. That's kinda dicey. So I am gonna go ahead and try and hire another psychiatrist if I can. And who knows what the psychiatrists are? What is marketing doing, by the way? Like nothing. Okay. So I think we'll try and recruit some doctors. Okay, so now I'm seeing why we had 2 fracture wards open. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the other fracture ward. Now you will see that all these treatment rooms are kind of starting to be overloaded. But the GP's office is actually okay. So at least that's something. Partially I closed all these room downs. I guess I really shouldn't have. So let's open them all back up. Looks like we definitely need more psychiatrists. I can't imagine that we wouldn't need more doctors too. I only saw 3 treatment doctors. And look at this. And now I'm wondering if this is open for diagnosis. Oh, this is chemotherapy. Interesting. Okay, so this is all nurse stuff. Looks like we're okay. I don't mind hiring this guy anyway. Couple doctors, never hurt anyone. So I wonder if I can close some of these GP offices. What is... okay, definitely we're gonna need more psychiatrists. Like crazy.
Qualified janitor to combat ghost, please.
So what's interesting is that we only have 3 assistants that have the marketing skill. So it's also important if we want to hire more really good doctors, that we get good marketing staff. Now you're gonna see that I'm going to train some of these janitors, let's say, just to get them out of our list. We are so behind on training, so that's one thing that you actually have to keep up. You should never have 40 people that are untrained. Now we did notice that the customer service people are lagging quite a bit. And if I go, they have a lot of polluted skills, which is a bit unfortunate. But we're gonna have to deal with it. So try and not have so many polluted skills. You should really try and focus your skills on things that are going to add value. Now we're gonna look at our patient list here. It is at 100 and something. That's still a lot. I'm actually going to get rid of some of the less healthy ones. We'll skip the ones that actually have a diagnosis. What is nice is that all the ones that are really unhealthy do seem to have a diagnosis. Now, there were a couple that I couldn't get rid of earlier, so I'm gonna try and get rid of them now. These guys are not too bad. And then let's take a look based on happiness. Same thing. So there's a couple that you definitely want to just get rid of. And of course, we are still recovering from the state that we came here. Like the state that we found it in. So I know it's annoying in the beginning to try and get staff that have very pure skills, but I do think it's really just worth it. And I'm gonna maybe play through till maybe next year and just make sure that everything runs smoothly. Now, if we had been building this hospital kind of the right way from the beginning, I actually think that it would be a lot better because our staff would be better trained. But I would say that just a couple of small things like getting rid of those diagnosis rooms really decluttered our hospital into a more manageable level.
It's time for Nice Words of the Day, which today comes courtesy of Annabella Parrott. Defeat the no inside you, and everything will turn out yes. A profound sentiment or total gibberish? You decide, dear listeners.
And I know that we have a lot of words, that's why I'm only getting a couple of these guys trained at a time. We at least have a lot of money. The doctors so far have had quite polluted skills, which is really too bad. It's really unfortunate too that we have so many staff that are unhappy. That really comes from treating them so poorly and not paying them well for so long. But now you see we are paying them a fair wage. We let a bunch of them take breaks, and most of them are actually pretty happy now. I'm gonna get the last couple and just let them take a break. They're mostly janitors, so that one's an easy one to let them take a break. Wow, we have a lot of surgery. I thought we turned that. Oops, my bad.
Patients for surgery now arriving.
Okay, if you want to have a high cure rate, you need to... Let's go ahead and do that. This is what I mean again by polluted skills. Nowadays, I would never hire a nurse like that with these polluted ward skills. So it's kind of something that you have to start from the beginning in order to get a really efficient hospital running at the end. I also wouldn't allow these marketing people. By now, at the 3rd star, I would have improved their skill level. But once you're pretty far along, purifying your staff skills is kind of too late. So that's why I'm not really tackling that one piece. But I do say that if you're starting from the beginning, definitely pay more attention to your skills. Okay, and I saw a doctor with a bad skills. Let me just get rid of them. Looks like there's a couple of them. They do nothing for us. You don't need them. Okay, and I realize we actually have one doctor who would make a great psychiatrist. And if anything, I would actually like to open a third psychiatry because lines of length 4, not okay in my hospital. I like to keep them to really like 2, 3 at the most.
End of year approaching.
But you see that the lines for the wards actually have an increase, and that's because we have a really good ward set up. We have a ton of wards, and it's so efficient because each ward can take 6 patients, and they're well laid out as well. We have all these change rooms, so that's actually a really efficient layout. You'll see that the GP's offices are far less crowded right now, and the reason is that they're not gonna have to go to the diagnosis room and then go back to the GP's office, go to another diagnosis room, go back to the GP's office, because we have lowered the threshold for them being sent to treatment. And we've also limited the number of possible diagnosis rooms to just the ward. So that keeps things a lot more simple, and it ensures that patients move through our hospital quickly. Now, if you want, we can increase this to something like 70%. That will increase the cure rate. But ideally, you're seeing all these diagnoses 100% already, so that's really good. And actually, it looks like the surge on the psychiatrist has actually waned, which is fantastic.
Doctor needed in psychiatry.
And we did see one doctor that I would love to train in psychiatry. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then that psychiatrist's office, I think, will run really smoothly.
Training course complete. Class dismissed.
So it's currently February. I just want to see if we let the game continue running at this reputation level, which has a lot of people coming through it, whether our current setup can last. And to be honest, we made not that many changes, to be honest. We got rid of
In marketing.
we got rid of those diagnosis rooms, we changed a couple of policies, and that's really it. So you recall that I have the warning messages to come up if it has a queue length of 3 or more. So that means that all these GP's office only have 1 or 2 or even no patients in the queue.
Rival executive now approaching the hospital. Training course completed.
You're listening to Harrison Wolf on 2 Point Radio. Hi, this is Harrison Wolf. The topic of today's show is my sustainable life. So pour yourself some rainwater, turn the heating down real low, and let's get to it.
Now, it actually looks like we don't quite have enough treatment nurses. We may need to build a little bit more. I'm not sure where we can build. Could maybe put it next to the surgeries. So definitely watch your lines. And it should be as easy as that. So that'll relieve this queue. This one, I'm not sure where I can put it, so I'm not actually dealing with that right now. I am kind of surprised at how many people are in the staff room in a building that has no one, which indicates to me that we probably need a
This hospital does not offer monetary support.
I've been designing my own solar paneling. So far, the operation has been mainly ladder powered. Some might say that I'm not qualified for a task of this kind. But don't be fooled. That's just the system tricking you into underestimating your own potential. Call in and let us know some of your great green ideas.
Training course complete. Class dismissed.
And I actually just realized that I was looking at the energy column and not the happiness column for my staff, which means that I sent a couple people to break when I really shouldn't have, but they were probably going to take a break soon anyway. Actually, our staff look pretty happy at this point, which is what we want. And I have to say, I'm really happy with just a couple changes that we managed to make. So far, we've been running it at least since November with the new changes. It's now July. So I think the patients are actually flowing through the hospital much better now. It's really amazing. Look, we have only 74 patients. So that means that we're getting them in, we're curing them really quickly, and sending them on their way. And look how many cures we have. That's actually a ton, which is really fantastic. So I said I'd run this till December, so let's go ahead and do that.
Sophie Nova, CEO of Bungle Tech, dropped by a local hospital this morning. The press release said she was offering to share her company's experimental treatments. You ask me, she just wanted to see what the competition is up to.
Patients for surgery now arriving.
I just want to hover over here just to show you all the diagnosis little messages that are coming up, and you'll see that a lot of people a lot of them are being diagnosed 100%, and the lowest I've seen so far is 60%. So that is a super efficient ratio. I don't recall which map this was. It is one of the earlier ones, so that means that they are a little easier to diagnose. We also have really great GPs, well trained, so they're doing a really good job at diagnosing these patients. And as you recall, we set the diagnosis threshold at 70%, so all these people getting 100%, 80%, they're going to be sent straight to treatment. Alright, and we are almost at the end of the year. So I just wanted to give it a full year to run through and make sure that we didn't see an increase in patients that will result in this hospital
In surgery.
not being able to handle the crowd, but clearly it has, and I'm really amazed at the transformation this hospital has made from just a few small changes.
Gentle antlers. It's amazing what can be achieved by simply changing your perspective. Take this for example. Food doesn't go off. It just becomes something else. Thanks, Janine. I'll remember that the next time I'm cutting into some old milk. Now that stuff
Ew.
has personality.
Gross. Anyway, I think I must have given up on the last star for this map because I just couldn't get that Q rate. But look how easy it was to rehab this hospital. You just need to know how. I hope that
We're close to award season.
that overview on how to rehab a hospital was helpful. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this, then make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!